Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, all my Vision 2020 Perfect Vision people, all you dreamers, all you entrepreneurs and business owners, and all you ministry workers, and all you people that are looking at yourself and saying that it's so much more that's left in you, and your best days have not even came yet. You are really focused on moving whatever you're doing into the right direction. Because I just wanted to come on real quick and talk to you about getting yourself focused. As we prepare, as 2020 approaches, the first step that we have in that process is obtaining, that perfect vision. We talked about that, and in the process of attaining that 2020 vision, we have to refocus, and as we get into that focusing is really just talking about going back to that original plan that you started out on, the one that plan that God spoke to you and told you that this is your wealthy place. This is how you're gonna attain wealth, and this is what I will have you to do. And a lot of times, just through life, we just lose our focus, and so to a lot of us, it's time to refocus. Now, some of us have to just get focused, but in either way of the cases, what you find is that there's a lot of noise that happens, and that noise can be just we can just call it life. It could be the hustle and bustle of going back and forth to work. It could be a relationship that every time you take two steps forward, your counterpart knocks you, 3 steps backwards. That noise could be social media. That the noise could be, it could be anything that is distracting you from your purpose. And guys, I really want to tell you this, and it may be a surprise and may not be a surprise, but I do want you to understand that a lot of this noise, no matter how great it seems, this noise has a purpose, and that purpose is to keep you from meeting your destination. So guys, in this first step to attain perfect vision, and let me say this as well, this perfect vision, we're not talking about perfect eyesight through the natural, and Lord knows I wish I can obtain perfect eyesight because mine is in the natural, because mine is bad. Okay, now, but we're talking about that perfect vision in the spiritual realm. We're talking about keying in on what you need to do to get you to the place where God will have you to be. Okay, so let's look at what focus, just focus. What do the word focus mean? And the word focus means to have a central point. It's a central point as a attraction or attention or an activity. And as we read, I look into, I go to the Bible and I look at Philippians 3:13, and Philippians 3:13 reads, and let me pull it up. It says, brothers and sisters, I count not myself to have apprehended. He said, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth to those things that is before. This one thing. And that one thing, that's that central point of attraction, that central point of attention, that central point of activity. And guys, as we deal with that one thing, let's see what the author Paul is talking about, and see this and your steps to be refocused, or that step to attain focus. The first thing that I want you to do, and we're gonna find this in the scripture. Paul says that I count not myself. And what Paul is really saying is that, listen, I understand that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Paul is also saying that I understand that I have not achieved what I'm talking about. Paul is talking about, hey, I'm in the process of. And a lot of times that, and the reason why this has to be the first step is because a lot of times you count yourself out, because you look at yourself in the natural realm and you say, hey, I have not obtained. Some can look at themselves and say, hey, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, I'm too dark, I'm too light. And all of this is noise that makes you look at yourself and say, I can't do this. But see, what Paul is saying is that in order to take out the noise, he putting it on point, just saying, listen, I'm not even looking at myself. I already know that I'm not perfect. I already know that I have not achieved these goals. So when I'm going to come to you, and Paul is saying that I am going to walk in what God called me to do, no matter what my circumstances say. So in step one of attaining this perfect vision, this 2020 vision, the first thing that you need to do, don't count yourself. Don't look at yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break. God called you to this. He already knew what your flaws are. God already knew that you was tall. He already knew you was short. God already knew that if you was fatter. He already knew if you was skinny. God knows you. I mean, we're talking about a God that says every single strand on your hair, on your head, is numbered. He knows everyone. When one falls, he knows how many have failed. So don't even count yourself. Then the second thing that I want to bring out, this is the second step. When we look at that scripture, and we're talking about being refocused. We're talking about being focused or focusing on. We're talking about having that central activity, that central attraction. We're talking about that one thing. This one thing. He said, I'm forgetting those things which are behind me. And see, at this point, you are releasing yourself. You're saying to yourself, I know I messed up. I know I failed. You saying to yourself, I received the fact that I did not do what I was supposed to do. I did not get up when I was supposed to get up. I did not stay up when I was supposed to stay up. I did not go where I was supposed to go. I did not do what I was supposed to do. You looking at that and you saying, listen, hey, I'm an open book and I have nothing to hide, because you have already said, I'm not even counting myself. So the second thing you want to do is you want to reset yourself. You want to give yourself You want to give yourself permission to start over. Forgetting those things forget about that happened in the past. Forget about it. It's behind you. Because with this 2020 vision, we're not focused on what we did or didn't do in the past. See, in relationships, a lot of times you can't move forward because you have some type of guilt. And what I'm telling you is that, you know what? Release that guilt. Hit the reset button. Forget those things that happened in the past, because now it's going to bring me to my third point. And my third point is simply this. Man, we're going to just press on. We're going to press on. We're going to press on. We're going to press on with intention now. No longer are we going to be swayed back and forth. But guess what, guys? Even if you miss the mark, then all you have to do is go back to step 2. I like that. All you got to do is go back to step 2. All you got to do, write that down. All you got to do is go back to step 2. What is step 2? Man, forget about those things that in the past. You got to forget about them. You have to forget about them. There's noise to distract you. Step 1. Don't even look at yourself. It's not even about you. It's about what you was called to do. Step 2, you got to forget about those things in the past that slowed you down or maybe even stopped you in your track. You have to forget about those things. And then step 3 is real simple. Once you accomplish step 1 and accomplish step 2, you got your gas in your tank. You got your foot to the pedal, and you're really ready to just press on. And you're going to be doing it with such a drive. It's going to be so intentful. So guys, this is where we at. This is Vision 2020. I'm so excited about what this thing is doing because, guys, I'm talking to you, but I promise you, God is talking to me. And I'm just relaying this information to you because together we're going to get that thing that God has promised us. Now, your promise could be money. Your promise could be a great relationship with your husband or your wife. Your one thing could be that business that you know God downloaded in your heart, and everything and everybody keeps telling you that you can't do it and it won't happen and it won't work and it makes no sense. All of that is noise. Guys, in this season, we have to get away from the noise. We have to go to a place where, all of that chatter, it can't even reach. You have to keep going higher and higher and higher on top of on the mountaintop. Your haters won't climb that far. Your haters won't go there. The reason why you on this destiny is because you can go to a place. God has anointed you to go to a place that your haters can't go. So the problem that we have with our haters, our so-called haters, is that we stay around them. We stay in that realm. We stay in the vicinity of our haters, and we entertain that conversation. But I challenge you this: when the noise comes, when the opposition comes, I just want you to go higher and just keep going higher. If you still hear a little bit in your ear, then go higher again. If you're still hearing something, if just a whisper, because all it takes is a whisper, then go higher again. And then pretty soon you're going to find yourself that you're going to be in a place where it's only you and God, and at that place nothing can touch you. Nobody can touch you. That's focus.